Hello guys, today we are gonna do a season mode review of this game. It was requested that I use Valvinus for this, and also, this is my first time doing, reviewing a wrestling main season mode. I did replay this off screen a while ago, mainly because, unlike other sports games, wrestling main modes of wrestling games can vary not only from like franchise to franchise, but from installment to installment. So I kind of wanted to get an idea of how long it takes to do a year of it. And I wanted to get a good idea about that. And yeah, I'll be using Valvinus. I restarted this because there was some skipping in the music for some reason. It was weird. So I also want to make sure I'll be able to... Yep, and it's tricky with him because his finishing moves, it's still skipping, but I gotta go with it. First, let me save, so I got it down. So I know for sure I have enough space for saving, because that's key. So depending on how long this video goes, I'm either gonna do 2 show, 3 show, 2 show, 3 show, or each video will be the whole month, which is the 4 shows in a pay-per-view. So it just will vary on how long this video takes to do with the 2 shows. Alright, seems to be going fine now. That's good. So how it works is, let's go through these here just to get an idea. I will warn you, like, you're gonna see a lot of those pop-up loading screens. So we have this. We got titles. So those are the 5 there. I'm in the Intercontinental division right now. What's weird part is you can edit who gets put what where. You get a lot of control. And then you got a lot of, like, people in there. I did unlock quite a few guys when I run, so I don't know how much more we'll unlock here. Re-enter, save. So yeah, you can switch, like, who's in what. So yeah. It's one of those things, though, is that if you have the belt, you can't switch divisions. So you almost, once you win it, you almost have to lose it. This keeps track of the records of the belt, how often they're exchanged. I will say The Rock, like, when I first did the season mode, The Rock never lost once. I don't think so. So that's just something. I mean, look at all that. Oh man. Oh yeah, and there's my guy. You kept track of my guy. That's cool. A lot with the light heavyweight. The light heavyweight exchanged a ton. But yeah, there might be some cuts. I don't know how much the music will cause copyright strikes, so I may skip through a lot of the entrances, so keep that in mind. Then there's status. It just shows that. I don't know what. There's a lot of options that pretty much give can edit or create superstars at any time, so let's go to a match. So we start with Raw. And I have a match with Al Snow later. So, alright, so first we go to next match here. And we can either watch the match or participate in it or something like that, or we could skip. I elect to skip. Oh boy. Yeah. Chris Benoit. Yeah, a lot of these older games, they're going to have a lot of Chris Benoit. So that's just something that's going to pop up. And this does this. Sometimes they'll have cutscenes that go into stuff. But it's mostly played like a season mode, though it doesn't keep track of wins or losses. And it'll just go through that. And it goes to a cutscene. So some of these you start to see, they start to drag a little bit. You have to go through a little bit to get to a match you play. I mean, it's great if you want to micromanage things, like if you want to put in like a bunch of creative wrestlers and go to town on that, but yeah, there's a lot of those things sprinkled, and it does that every time it does it. I mean, each section within itself isn't long, but combined together, it adds up pretty fast. Okay. And then we skip. Let's see who wins the belt. Ivory kept the belt. Next. And Farouk against Devon. Now we play. Okay, it's just a regular match. So it's been a bit since I played, so I might be a little rusty. I've never done top rope finishers before, so I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to just do my best. And this is when he kind of went through a little career change. Not career change, but a slight gimmick change. He was still kind of like, you know, Val Venus, but he was starting to kind of be a little bit more serious, not as kind of
what does everybody want?
super into like the sexual side of his gimmick, more of the aggressive side.
What does everybody need?
And a lot of the pictures, and it gets old after a while, I will admit that. Ah, he's got interference. Oh no. Trish is interfering for me, okay. This game also has a great stable system because I've noticed that in some of the SmackDown games, their stable system doesn't always really get super into the actual game element, but in this game it does. Like when you create the stable outside the season mode, it will be used in this mode. Like the guys you create will interfere and help you and stuff like that. It's pretty cool, to be honest. Ooh, nice. Ah. Alright, that works too. Matches typically aren't long. That wasn't his finisher too. That was just one of his signatures. But it works. I mean, and since he has a top rope finisher, having a move like that is really helpful because it goes into an auto pin. So if you wear them down enough, you can kind of pin them pretty easily without worry. Yeah, because top rope moves in itself aren't that hard to do in this game, actually. It's actually really easy. It's just, you have to knock him down, then you have to go up, and then you have to press it. It's a lot more steps than just hit finisher, you know? And then we skip this shit here. And it's 8 matches per show that we have to go through. I mean, so far it's going reasonably quickly, but you have to keep in mind that if we're going to do like 5 of them, because so far, this video is probably a little longer than usual because we had to get started, but even with that the case, if we do 5, it could end up being like 50 minutes of video, and that's a bit excessive. I'd rather just keep it simple. Because there's just going to be times where we're not going to... And because it's weird, because you have to save and exit and go back in, a lot of times you're better off just keeping it going, which I'm going to do here. And there will be some weeks where your guy may not have a match. So we may run into those at certain points. And no, we got a match against X-Pac later on, so we have to skip through this shit here. Get through that. So what do you guys think of these PS1 SmackDown games? Because during this era, a lot of people talk about the Aki games, the No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, WCW, NWO Revenge, and all that. Most people don't talk about these games here. And it's understandable. I would consider the Aki games overall better games, but however, I feel like these games are solid in their own right because the gameplay system is super simple. And it is on the fast side, but once you get used to it, you can get through it pretty decently. Okay, let's go here. I would like to do more wrestling story modes in the future. It's just, there's so many sports games to look at that sometimes it can be a little tough to kind of balance out everything. But wrestling games are very interesting. The trick for me is the fact that I've explored so many of them already that it's going to be tricky to try to go back to them and go through them. Because games like No Mercy, I've probably played through like 4 or 5 times in that season mode. I played so much of that it can be tough to just all of a sudden go back to it after a bit. Because you get to a point when you play a game and you're like, okay, I'm good for a bit. Sometimes you might get a little bit of a street fight too. It doesn't really have a winner or loser. It's just something that just, you just kind of think of it as kind of a loose practice kind of thing. Let's see if it's doing that here. It sucks they give you a finisher to start off, but you can't use it because there's no top ropes. Yeah, see? He just used his finisher on me, and there's... Ah. Yeah, it's like on a fixed timer thing, so you get a little bit, then you're like, okay, you're done. Yeah. This game is kind of teen to mature in that area, because it does use a lot of, clip art of just, this isn't a kid's game. This isn't a kid's game kind of stuff. Which is ironic, because imagine that young kids at the time, especially when you get to the preteen high school years, this was legit shit here. People were very into this at the time. This, the Attitude Era and everything. Skip through this. Yep, there he is. All these clips of Michael, they all end with him just going, oh, I don't know. Oh, wow. Girl hung on there. Yeah, and a lot of the clips are just these little things. And while it's kind of nice they added those things, at the same time, it's like you go through this shit, and it's just like, is it really? Is it? It's just a little bit borderline tedious if it didn't still go so quick. Because it still does. Because here we are here. Because right now in the video, last match was about 7-ish minutes ago, roughly. This is prior to editing the video, so I'm not quite sure how much will be edited here. No, we want to play that. But yeah, by the time we get done with this, it'll probably be the half-hour mark. So we definitely could not do like the other 3 of the month. So it will be, since it's 12 months and it's 5 episodes each, 12 months and there's 5 shows, it's 60 shows. So if we're alternating 2, 3, 2, 3, I have to do the math. Because before it would do 12, but since we're splitting it, it's probably going to be 24. So this will be a 3-month thing. Yeah, I'm going to start skipping through them. I don't want to get too much of stuff. Like YouTube being like, oh, you played 20 seconds of this copyrighted song, block it. It's just like, really? Like, I'm surprised how OCD they are on music, considering that I feel like music has become such kind of a... Oh, nice. I will say, these matches can be pretty competitive with people, because it goes fast, especially if you're doing like an Iron Man match. I mean, you could easily get like a 1, 2, 3. Ah. Shit. They're already doing like that. Again. They come really slow. Ah, too soon. Shit. You kind of have to be careful how far the guy is with grappling. Oh, swinging neck breaker. This Xbox is kind of tricky here. Aha. Come on. Shit. Sweet. Get up. Damn it. Yeah, he wasn't in the right position. It's like because Xbox finisher is like so quick to hit. Oh, frick. Oh, nice. There we go. Hit it. Oh, nice. I got the finisher, the money shot. You actually see a lot of knockouts in this too. Like once you hit a lot of times if you hit your finisher, you just knock the guy out. Like he barely, like that happens too. Yeah, that was a great gimmick, Big Boss Man's gimmick. What was so great about his gimmick is that it works in every time period. Like, it works so well. Like one time period, if cops are seen as, like, good, he can be a face. But if they're seen as, like, corrupt and bad, he can be seen as bad. I mean, it's such a good gimmick that I think it doesn't actually get enough credit, to be honest. We'll skip this here. But yeah, we will not be doing all 5 match videos. It takes too long to sim through these, unfortunately. We will exit and we will save. And we're gonna call it good here. A lot of these videos aren't gonna be that long, but there's gonna be a lot of them just because doing them together will make the videos themselves very long, and I know not everyone can go for that all the time, which is understandable. It'll take longer to complete, but sometimes longevity is better than trying to quick through everything. But yeah, we're gonna call it good. Next time we will do a couple matches in the pay-per-view, so 2-3, 2-3 kind of pattern. So some videos are gonna be a little longer than others, but they're all gonna be not super long. But yeah, I look forward to looking through this again with a non-creative wrestler, because usually when I do these modes, I always create a wrestler for them. I never really do them with an actual wrestler, so it's kind of intriguing. But yeah, we're gonna call it good here, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. In case you want to chat with me, Mike, or anyone else at the Campy Company, you don't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. The first one is we have a Discord channel. Find a link to that in the About page / About section of our channel. We also have a discussion tab on our channel as well, and you can access that through a PC or laptop computer. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.